it's Cathy from inkingitupwithcathy.com, and I am here with the first card as part of my Forever Fern class series. And in this one, this was a card I saw made by Leanne Greff, and I decided that I would love to recreate it, and it would be a great one as part of my my series. So I'm going to show you how to make this one. What I've got for cardstock is a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 of Bermuda Bay, and that's folded in half to create my card base. I've got a piece of basic black that's 4 inches by 5.25 inches for the front, and a piece of 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches for the front. And then on the inside of the card, I have a piece of Whisper White that measures 4 inches by 5.25 inches, a piece of Whisper White that measures 1 inch by 4 inches, and a piece of basic black that measures 1/2 inch by 4 inches. For inks, I'll be using Garden Green, Bermuda Bay, and Gorgeous Grape. And then the only stamp set we'll be using is the Forever Fern. And we will be using this one here, this piece here, and this one here. And then the little sprinkling. And then for the sentiment, the love and laughter forever after, right here. So on the 5.25, I'm sorry, the 3 3/4 by 5 piece, we'll start out with that. And I'm going to get my Gorgeous Grape and the sentiment, and that's what I want to ink up and stamp first so that I get it in the position that I want it. So I'm going to just place it here, and I want it a little bit lower than halfway. Just like that. And then we'll go ahead, since we have Gorgeous Grape out, and we'll start with this one here. And we'll put one of those down at the bottom here. And then one out here like that. Now while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and grab those other pieces, the other little white piece, and just work on both of them at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and put a few here like that, and maybe one up like that. Okay. So then we'll come back with this one here and the Bermuda Bay. And on this one, I'll put it here, making sure that I don't get into the words. And still leaving a little bit here for the Garden Green, a little bit right here, and then another bit up here. Now, as you can see, I'm just using a small portion of this stamp. I'm not using very much of it. And then here I'll put one there, and then maybe one up there. Then I'll come back with this stamp and the Garden Green. And with the Garden Green, I'm going to put one here. And then I'm going to just sneak in some tips in a couple of spots, just like that, just to bring in a little bit more, and maybe one right there. And so that piece is ready to go. So here I'll put one in here and one over here. And I don't care if it overlaps a little bit. And one right in there. and maybe a little bit right in there, just like that. And then finally with this, the little spattering, I'm going to use the garden green, and I'm going to stamp off once just to get it a little bit lighter. And I'll just randomly do that in a couple of spots. Almost stamped off right into my piece there, huh? Just like that. And that looks a little too uniform, so let's go ahead and put some down in here so it's not quite so uniform looking. And then over here on this one, we'll stamp off and put some there, a little bit in the center, and then some over here. Okay, so that's all of the stamping. Now I need to get a sponge and the Bermuda Bay ink. I'm going to start at the corner and just sponge up and along the edge. Just kind of following along the stamped images. So that's ready to go. And then over here, start up the top. And right here in this corner, I want to have a lot of ink. I want it real deep. And then along the edge, just like that. And then this is a super easy assembly. I'm going to get my adhesive. Now, I don't know if you tried out this new Stamp and Seal. When I got it, I wasn't really happy with it because I was having trouble with it ending, and so I'd have to kind of advance it every single time. But I caught Lisa Freeman's video, and the way she does it, I tried and it works. So I will show you how that is. And so you want to start, and you want to have a relatively light touch to it. And here, starting out, I have to advance it. So I have a relatively light touch, and at the end here, instead of going off in a check mark or anything, I'm just going to roll forward real lightly, and then just roll forward. And that breaks it, but it keeps it right here at the tip. So it's just straight down and then roll forward. Straight down, roll forward. And it works perfectly. So where I wasn't happy with this adhesive at all, I'm now actually really liking it. So there we go. Put that on there. It's something to get used to after working with fast fuse, which is a check off the side. This is a roll, and it's actually working quite well. So I'll get this little piece, and this one, put some adhesive across the back. And attach that. So thank you, Lisa, if you ever see this video, for the tip on how to use this, because it's really working well. not having any of the problems I was having before with it. So there we go. There is the Love and Laughter Forever After card, which comes from the Forever Fern stamp set.